The prevalence of STIs in all age groups has increased, but particularly it has been noticed in the over 45 age group that sexually transmitted infections have increased dramatically.
About 1 in 5 over 45-year-olds think that they're not at risk from getting an STI, sexually transmitted infection, which is quite shocking.
Perhaps more alarmingly, 1 in 3 say that they felt that their risk of contracting a sexually transmitted infection was either unlikely or very unlikely.
Because I have personal experience, because I'm on my second marriage and I'm a little mature myself, I certainly encountered that negotiation process that you go through with a new person when you're mature, and it is awkward, and I find normally humour in everything.
Sexually transmitted infections don't discriminate by age, so if anybody's having sex, and particularly unprotected sex, they're as much at risk however old they are.
Possibly people who have been married, and there are more divorces now, so it's more common that people change relationships when they're mature. And perhaps when they first became married they had a set form of contraception, and of course contraception per se isn't needed, so they don't understand the need of barrier methods to prevent sexually transmitted infection. So I'm surprised personally, but I can understand why it's happened.
A lot of people will feel quite embarrassed when they're talking about their own sexual health, and I think it's quite important for people to realise that in most pharmacies there is a consultation area or somewhere private where they can speak to a pharmacist, and they shouldn't be afraid to ask for that.
I think it's very important that people just are very clear. They can come to their pharmacist, they can go to a little booth on Sunday mornings even. It is so simple to get the right advice.
We've been providing the morning after pill and things like that for many, many years, so it's an area that we know a lot about.
It's very important to highlight this because one, sexual behaviour activity is happening more with this age group, and the consequence of the diseases is very grave. I'm hoping that the more people discuss this embarrassment issue, from there we can actually highlight that the sexually transmitted infections are on the increase, and from that we can actually highlight that there is a risk, a huge health risk that is coming in now as society changes, and it can be addressed, it can be solved.